Cool. An
There it
error
is.
occurred. Wait a moment and try again.
No, it's live. We're live.
It's not all the way live.
It's
Okay,
counting
there
down.
we go.
We have 8
All right.
viewers.
I think we're here. You know how this stuff goes. We're gonna talk about football.
Your boys are ready to go. You already know. Grab a garage beer, let's flow. No filter needed. Beer's getting deleted. It's the Cincy Unfiltered show. Let's go. Our boys are ready to go. Our boys are ready to go. You already know. Grab a garage beer, let's flow. No filter needed. Beer's getting deleted. It's the Cincy Unfiltered show. Let's go. Our boys are ready to go.
What is up, Cincinnati, specifically, the tri-state area, of course, and the millions and millions of people watching and listening around the world. Welcome to Cincy Unfiltered. We got a heck of a show for you tonight, folks. It's going to be a good one. Special guest joining us. Media. Yes, I often have a war with media, but not with this particular person, Gabi Sorrentino. And she's going to just have to accept that that's how I'm going to say her name. How are we doing tonight, Drew?
Well, we're a fun program. We like to joke and laugh and talk about football, and sometimes in a serious manner. But I feel like after what the world had to watch yesterday, it's important to let everybody know that we're there for them. It was very, very difficult, very challenging day yesterday. I am, of course, talking about watching Ohio State win the national championship.
Okay.
I'm here for you. Hand up. I did say last night I can live with it. Good job, Dad. Shout out to your Buckeyes. You won the national championship. And then I thought I was going to be a really good son, and I ordered him like the hoodie and the hat, the national championship hoodie and hat. But it's shipping, and I could have just gone to Dick's today and just bought it and took it to his house. So I kind of fucked up there. He's going to have to wait a couple extra days.
That's fine. That's just a few more days. He gets to savor the victory, and then it'll get to him, and it'll all rush back, and he'll be excited. Drew, of course, a Michigan Wolverine man. Me, a Cincinnati Bearcat. He has a much bigger dog in that fight. Hey, Joe Goodberry in the comments.
Big timer. Holy
Hey.
shit. What's up, Joe?
Hey, we made it.
Did we just fucking bump up a peg?
Mama, I made it. Unbelievable. We're a Cincinnati Bengals show, guys, during the season. A lot of stuff will happen during the offseason, but so we're not going to bang the Ohio State drum here. But are your feelings okay? Is it like how – give me the rundown here. How was watching that?
When I saw Riley Leonard and Notre Dame go on like that 10-minute drive, but the whole drive was just him getting the shit beat out of him. And then he walked off, like they scored, but he walked off the field and you knew he would just beat down and he puked on the sidelines. I was like, all right, they're going to have to play. It's going to have to be a Michigan game. They're going to have to make it ugly, the kind of game Ohio State doesn't like. Then Ohio State scored. Notre Dame couldn't do shit. Ohio State went up 14-7. I was like, this thing's cooked. Riley Leonard does not have it. And they got up to 31-7, and then obviously they made it close. I conceded defeat, posted my video like maybe early third quarter, and then they made it close. I was like, did I turn babyface too early? And then it didn't turn out going that way.
It was a wild game. Obviously, like I said, I'm a Cincinnati Bearcat. That's a known fact. My lovely wife's family are all Ohio State Buckeyes.
Divorce.
They I like her. But father-in-law loves the Buckeyes. Both brother-in-laws love the Buckeyes. So I watched it at their house. And they were like, I think we're going to kick their ass. But then, hey, they started sweating. You know what I mean? But I think that lead ended up being unsurmountable in the amount of time they had. So, but who gives a shit? Because they're not the Cincinnati Bengals.
Chill out.
Oh, come on.
Moving on.
4 minutes. We're moving on. That's what I say. We're not a college show. We're moving on.
You know what we are?
What?
You know what we are? We are presented to you by Garage Beer. And after a recent discussion, we'll continue to be brought to you by Garage Beer. And that's why I have the Celebration Lime out, because the boys here at Cincy Unfiltered and the boys at Garage Beer are continuing our friendship. Not that there was ever any doubt. And we're glad to let you know that this show will still continue to be brought to you by Garage Beer.
Look out on their socials, folks, and you too can be the proud owner of a. Why is this so close to the camera? A cooler helmet. Mine's empty right now. Got to hit Kroger. You could throw 6 garage beers in there. I know you've seen it on their socials. They're talking about giving them away, baby. So
I didn't know you got one. That's dope.
So I found one at a Gabe's, which I think is basically a store, like a yard sale within a brick and mortar store. It was just so much crap on a table.
I've been to Gabe's.
I got to buy that. Yeah, it was my first pull from Gabe's. Absolutely love it. That's where I throw my garage beer for the show. But dude, we say this every program where they keep the lights on. We don't just talk them up because they keep the lights on. It's genuinely good beer.
So good, dude.
That classic light beer is just your everyday sipper. But if you
lunch pail beer.
Yeah, exactly. But if you feel like just having a fiesta, go ahead and grab it with a little bit of lime there. Fiesta's party, right? Siesta's nap, whatever the party word is. I don't know. I speak English. Grab the lime. Just drink it. Just drink garage beer. Go buy it today. How can people get it, man? How do they find it?
Pretty easy. If you don't know where to get this delicious beer-flavored beer, go to www.drinkgaragebeer.com. Go to the beer finder, put in your zip code. You'll find bars, restaurants, grocery stores, gas stations, anywhere that sells this delicious beer-flavored beer. And it's going worldwide. It's just a matter of time. It's going to be everywhere. It's in Ohio. I believe it's in Indiana. I believe it's in Kentucky. I think the tri-state is locked down. I know we got some folks in North Carolina waiting on it to get there. I heard that's on the way.
Okay.
So just be patient. Good things come to those who wait. Mike, you're the guy in North Carolina I was talking about. Now, Mike is patiently waiting to be able to get garage beer.
I love the dummies.
In North Carolina. Well, yeah, Mike likes to humble us. I think Mike sees us, we're social media icons, C-list influencers, and Mike likes to try to just keep us grounded a little bit. And I understand that. Yeah. I'm a C- easily.
Yeah, I don't even know what my letter grade would be. But pardon. Gosh, I'm going to die here. We do have a fun program for you guys tonight. About 7:15, a little after that, we're going to bring in our guest. Very fun guest. Chatted with her offline a little bit. Want to highlight her and how she kind of contributes to what you guys get in terms of Bengals news and Bengals just content. We bring you the heat, the everyday man's not very clean cut commentary. She does the dirty work. You do look fresh. I'm sorry. I don't mean to insult you. She does the grinding and the media and the professional side. So we wanted to bring her on and just highlight her and talk some football. What else are we going to talk tonight while we wait for her to hop on here?
I just thought it was interesting that you put your war with media aside and booked her for the show. You were like, hey, she wants to come on. I'm like, all right, cool. But, maybe that's how you bridge the gap between the idiots on the internet.
Yeah.
Kay Breezy says the text from Dad's going to be one for the ages tonight. Hasn't come through yet, but he's got one in the chamber. We talked last night.
He might just
jazzed up.
Cuss you out. 17th son, my friend.
You didn't have to buy our friendship, dude. You've already been our friend.
You're a buddy for life, man. We appreciate it, but you guys need.
I appreciate it. Don't get it wrong, but you don't have to buy my friendship. I've liked you since the day I met you.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. Save your money and go buy garage beer. That's what I say. We appreciate you, but go buy some garage beer.
We do have to talk about this in our Discord. I don't have the link ready. I'm a shitty Discord host, but John Paps is a friend of the program, early in the chat kind of guy, but he revealed today that he does not like pizza. And for all the shit that I've taken about not liking cheese and all of the attacks that I've had to fight through,
warranted.
We got John doesn't like pizza, dog.
I don't get that. I don't get it.
So how? I've had pizzas that I'm like, hey, that's not my favorite pizza, but I eat it.
Yeah, I want to know.
We might have to ban
him. I wonder if is it all pizza? Because I missed this. I was busy today. I didn't see this. Is it all types of pizza? Because you got regular pizza. You've got the wild cards out here in our city creating skyrosas and stuff, which I'm not fully on board with. Haven't tried it yet, but Is it all kinds of pizza? Where are we at?
Thanks, Mike. Appreciate that. Thanks for weighing in.
We can always count on Mike. Good Lord.
Where is John? John's got to defend himself. But dude, here's my issue. I'm committing right here, January 21st, 2025. I'm going to Reds games this year. I'll be at opening day.
Okay.
But I don't know if I'm going to do this on opening day because it's going to be a whole thing. But
Okay.
I'm going to go to a Reds game this year. I'm going to try a Sky Rosa, and I'll have the cheese on the coney. But I'm not doing the fucking mustard.
That's
I will not.
Ew.
I refuse.
Gross.
But I think it's still a valid Sky Rosa if I do the La Rosas with the coney in the middle, with the cheese on the top. I'm just going to bite the bullet and I'm going to do it.
My conies are chili and cheese. That's it. That's all I get. I don't throw mustard or onions on there. So
who doesn't openly seek out pizza, John? Have you ever talked to a professional? Have you talked to somebody about this? Because this is not normal. This is not okay, John. I love you. You're a hell of a guy. You send me really, really funny Instagram reels on the regular, and I appreciate that value that you bring to my life. But this right here, this is fucking insane. Pineapple pizza from Jesse in the chat. That's a fan. That's a debate.
Not a fan.
Nick says the Sky Rosa does count without mustard, so okay. I will have a valid Sky Rosa.
You remember when we went to the Reds game? Was it last year or 2 years ago? And I ate a hot dog an inning. Oh my god.
Yeah,
that sucked.
Yeah,
I don't recommend that. We had pretty good seats. They were very good seats. That was very fun. Went to the Reds game. I had a hot dog an inning. I think, say I was going to do the hot dog and beer an inning. So I think I owe that, which I'm not looking forward to. But it was brutal, dude. You
got to do that on Tuesday. Brutal. It's got to be a 3-2-1 night.
Yeah, geez. I mean, yeah, because that'll be $250 worth of hot dogs and beer if I don't. So. We'll figure that shit out. But
he's not going the Ohio State route. He's going to be a proper champion. He's not going to rub salt in my wound. He's going to win graciously. Okay. He's going to take his win. But he does want to talk about the Bengals' new coaches, and we'll probably get into this a little bit more after our guest is on. But while we wait on that, right now we have a confirmation that the Bengals have hired Scott Peters as their offensive line coach. When the news came out, I said, gonna be honest, don't know anything about the guy, but I'm gonna look into it. We saw a Willie Anderson stamp of approval, and if Willie likes it, I feel like I should like it. I know people say he liked Jackson Carman. You're not gonna bat 100.
No.
But
everybody is. No.
So I start digging in. Go ahead.
Well, here's my thought on it, and I think you might be saying the same thing you were about to say the same thing I'm about to say. Is like, look, Callahan product, we had that in house, didn't work out, okay, but still, that's got to mean something. A Callahan product, right? My initial flash to bang was like, wow, the Patriots' offensive line was not that fun to watch last year. What's the thought process here? I don't know. Then I'm hearing rumblings from some of the linemen in the locker room. He's a no-nonsense guy. He played in the league. He brings a just get-it-done attitude to the locker room and the team and practice. And I'm like, okay, I think I can live with this, right? So I am cautiously optimistic, and that is out of pure ignorance. And I am not afraid to admit it. It's not like I know this guy's address and social. I don't know much about him. And I think you said the same thing. So the things I'm hearing, the Willie Anderson stamp of approval has me cautiously optimistic.
Yeah. And he's a development guy. I saw he was talking about that's one of his big things is development. Spent 3 years in Cleveland as the assistant under Bill Callahan. In those 3 years, they never finished in the bottom 12 in rushing in the NFL. We're going to get to that a little bit later. Our guest has joined us. I'm going to try to make this transition as clean as possible. You guys know I fuck the buttons up sometimes. It happens. Hand up. I'm not a professional. We're just doing this on the fly. So I'm going to bring in our guest from Fox 19, sideline reporter, insider, big media personality dealing with the small folks here, Gabi Sorrentino. Ron, if you'd mispronounced her name, that is on you.
Hey, Gabi, what's up? So it is Gabi Sorrentino, correct?
Yeah.
I'm saying it. There we go. See,
Gotta
guys.
have the Italian. of
See,
course.
I got it. I told you I got it right here. Hey, thank you so much for joining us tonight. We're
Thank you for having me.
very, very, very excited to have you here. We want to talk to you about you, your contributions to delivering content in a professional manner to the fan base, which we are incapable of because, we're just a couple of guys with microphones. So just I know you started at Fox in 2024. You were in Carterville, is that right? Before that,
Yeah, Carbondale.
okay,
Yeah.
all right. So give us your journey from Carbondale to Cincinnati.
What
Yeah.
state is Carbondale in?
It's in Illinois.
Okay, yeah,
Okay.
Very southern Illinois, right on the border of Kentucky, Missouri, kind of in the middle of nowhere. And I moved from LA to Carbondale, so you can imagine how that transition was for me. It was immediate culture shock for sure, but no, it was a great learning experience for me, and my 2 years was up and I was ready to move on. And so I actually moved home to Baltimore for a few months and kind of just spent some time at home, recharged. And this job came up, and I am so incredibly thankful, so lucky to learn from Joe and Jeremy. They have been amazing these first few months here. So I could not be more happy. I love Cincinnati. I love being here. So it's been
Whoa. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off, but Baltimore?
Yes.
We're not big fans of Baltimore.
No, you're
around
not.
here.
But I will say I grew up in DC area, so I am a Washington DC sports fan through and through.
Okay.
So
Shout out Jaden Daniels.
Shout out Jane
Yep.
Daniels. Don't hold it against me being from Baltimore. But yeah, no, DC sports all the way. I'm very happy with my Commanders right now.
So you're not an inside spy.
I'm not a spy. I'm not a spy.
Okay.
I promise. I'm not a Ravens fan.
All right,
My
Tia,
wife has also requested that we don't get you fired.
Yeah,
My
our goal-
wife does not want us to
our
get you
goal.
fired. We're gonna try to be good.
we're a little rough around the edges program here, but that's just play hard, work hard. It is what it is. So
I love it.
so you come here. You started when? How many?
I started like mid-May.
Okay, all right. So you bring a professional side of journalism, right? Because I know you've got a master's in is it journalism?
Wow, you did your research.
From it's don't think I did my research. Your bio is right here. We're not that smart. But you have a master's in journalism from Southern California, so she's smart, guys. All right. How do you do you enjoy the media side, bringing in content professionally? Like, is that just something you always wanted to do, or how did you land there?
Well, I think the interesting thing is like I'm such a fan of sports and football, so having like that side of me, but then also having like the journalistic side is really cool because obviously it's so different. But growing up, I went to a bunch of when they were the Redskins games growing up, and I just fell in love with sports. I have been riding horses. Well, I don't anymore, but I rode horses since I was 3 years old. Rode horses Division I in college. So, sorry, my dog's currently choking. Although it's not, football or lacrosse, I was a Division I athlete. So I really got to see the student athlete side of things. And that just really made me want to, be in sports. And then the TV and journalism part kind of came in college, and I just fell in love with it. And obviously at USC, I mean, Annenberg is one of the top journalism schools in the country. So, just getting to learn from the people there, I love it. And I definitely think it's such a cool side, kind of separating being a fan and my fandom from, work. And I love it. I wouldn't want to do anything else.
That's
Wait,
awesome.
so were you on the sidelines for Bengals Commanders week 3?
I was. Well, on the side.
That had to have been a tough one.
It was honestly really cool because I got to see You know, a lot of the reporters that I've watched since I was little in DC there. Doug Williams was there, so in the press box with us. So just like that kind of stuff was crazy to me. But it was my first primetime game ever covering. So it was just a surreal experience. My mom came into town. She was there at the game. So it was honestly, it was a dream come true.
That's awesome. Yeah. And I was looking around. My lacrosse stick is actually over there in front of me. I was going to grab it, but
of course you have a lacrosse stick. Just
I was
there. Of course you do.
I was a lacrosse player, man. Come on. There's so much crap in this office I've got here. It's
ridiculous. I know. I got to like stuff up my background here.
So
Amazon.
So how is it being a reporter? And I don't know the terminology, so please excuse my ignorance. And you cover a team that isn't necessarily the team that's in your heart. How do you separate that?
That's such an interesting question. I've never really thought of that. Honestly, It's probably better that I don't cover the team that I'm like very passionate about, because I would probably be like secretly angry if they were doing bad, or, you know, you're always supposed to stay even keeled. But I mean, I've obviously grown to, I love covering the Bengals. I mean, just being, the fans here are unlike anything I've ever experienced. They've been so welcoming to me, and the guys as well. Like, the guys are all so nice. You know, getting to work with them every day has been great. So obviously I want the Bengals to do well. I want to be able to continue to work with them. It has been hard the past few weeks not having any Bengals stuff going on. During the season, I was like, okay, I'm tired, I'm ready. But now I'm like, oh my gosh, I wish that we were still covering them. It's kind of sad. I feel like we don't have anything going on at the moment, or not nearly as much as we did.
You picked a weird year to come aboard, honestly.
Yeah.
But actually, like, as somebody who maybe is a little bit newer to this, like, we live and breathe this stuff. I've been talking about this shit since I was like 10. Mm-hmm. But like, when you come into this situation and like you're closer to the team than, like, you know, the regular fans are, so to speak, were you able to feel that frustration like in post-game interviews and stuff, maybe from a Joe Burrow when like he throws for 400 yards and 3 touchdowns and then the defense gives up 41 points? Like, there had to have been like a palpable feel being that close to the players so shortly after the game, right?
Well, yeah, and just the overall vibe in the locker room, especially when they were on that losing skid in the middle of the season. I mean, we would go in there for interviews and there would be nobody in there. Whereas when they're winning, yeah, they would just, as soon as practice was over, they'd be gone. As soon as the game was over, they'd be gone. Getting content those few weeks was really hard. And luckily it did start to turn around. But yeah, you could definitely sense some frustration. One thing about this team, there was never any finger pointing. There was never any blaming when maybe there could have been people to blame. We never got any of that from the guys in the locker room, at podium, you name it. But you could tell that there were times where Joe was up there and he was frustrated, where Jamar was up there, we were asking him about the defense. He deflected. He wouldn't say anything. But you could tell that, the offense was getting a little upset with how the defense was playing those few weeks, giving up all those points. And you always thought like, hey, maybe we'll get something here. Hey, maybe they will say something, but there was never any blaming or finger pointing or talking about, anybody else's role. So I think that was something that I was like really pleasantly surprised by. But yeah, it was rough in there for a few weeks getting any interviews. I mean, we went to our guys that we always talk to, Mike Hilton, and he was always great. Winter Lou, Chase Brown, Andre Yosivach. Those are all guys that were, always kind of sticking around for us to get content. But if there was a specific guy, sometimes you couldn't get him during those losses.
Yeah, no,
were you guys ever hoping for were you ever just hoping for a player to be like, yeah, I don't know what the hell Geno Stone's problem is?
Oh, get out of here, dude. That's good.
That's media, baby. You want that stuff.
I mean, I'm sure it would have gotten a lot of clicks, but no one ever said that.
No, I doubt it. It's good to hear that even during the tough times, these guys aren't pointing fingers, and I think that's a testament to the culture that this team has really grown into. I mean, God, in past years, early 2000s, even before that, in the 90s, it had to just be miserable in there when they were on the struggle bus,
right? Forever.
So, but you could tell when we started to go on that tear, the guys are sticking around. They're not necessarily they're happy to be there. Winning cures all. And it's obviously frustrating. We didn't do enough to get in there in the end, but it is what it is. But
yeah.
So going into the off season. So I don't want to. Is this your first NFL gig? I didn't get that deep in your brain. Okay, so how do you and how are you mentally preparing for an off season coming off of your first time covering an NFL team during the season?
Well, I've gotten to sleep a little bit more.
Okay.
So that's been nice. I've gotten to take some Sundays off. Thanks, Joe and Jeremy, for that. So that's been nice. I'm really looking forward to it, though. And I think that with the defensive coordinator opening, I think that we're going to have something to talk about the next few weeks, which will be nice because, man, we haven't gotten to talk a lot of Bengals the past few weeks, and it's been kind of depressing, honestly. I want to be able to talk about them. So that really presents something interesting this offseason. And obviously with all of the T. Higgins, Jamar Chase drama, it's going to be a really important offseason. I'm really looking forward to it because I think that it's going to obviously bring some challenges as it always does. But I think that, preparing for it wise, I mean, just I'm ready. I'm ready to be outside Paycor doing live hits again. It's crazy to think that training camp was so long ago, like that heat especially, but without a outside now. But yeah, I think that I'm really looking forward to the reporting that's coming with, all of the changes that this team is going to experience the next few months.
It's going to be an interesting offseason for sure. I think we said it last year. This is the most important offseason in Bengals history, right? It's hey, are we for real? We did make it to the Super Bowl, but what's gone on after that has not been very fun. I mean, let's be honest. But if they can refit, reset, reload, and get out there and go on a run next year, I think you're going to have a hell of a time covering the team.
You got any inside scoop? Who are we hiring for defensive coordinator? You heard anything?
Man, I wish I had the inside scoop. I really don't. Obviously we've all seen Al Golden circulating. I think that the Bengals really like him. Paul Dehner Jr. said today that it's essentially a lock.
Yeah.
So I think we should know maybe Thursday. And I wouldn't be surprised by the move. I mean, I do think it's seeming like that's what they want. I mean, Joe and Jeremy were at the national championship, and of course, people were asking him. He shut everything down, as he should. His number one focus was on Notre Dame. Even after the game yesterday, he shut everything down. But I do think that we should be getting an answer soon. I mean, they need to start locking it up because people are starting to take jobs elsewhere.
Yeah. Hopefully that happens this week. Hopefully it happens tomorrow because we're all waiting here as fans with bated breath.
Yeah.
You want to know?
Al still got the Bengals gear in the closet. He's ready.
I'm sure he does.
He didn't go far.
He's not that far removed.
No. Awesome. Well, Drew, do you have anything else? We don't want to take up your whole night here. We're also our sponsor is Garage Beer here, and we're getting shit for not having mailed you a Garage Beer. We're getting called cheap bastards in the chat, all kinds of stuff. So I don't know, but Drew,
I've never even heard of that.
Welcome. I tell you what, go to your.
We gave hundreds. We gave hundreds and hundreds of these beers away at tailgates, and you never heard of it.
Oh, we gotta get you on the Garage.
I never got offered.
That's our fault. That's on us.
Get it together, Ron.
Somehow, Gabi, sneak us in the stadium, and we'll give you a Garage Beer. How about that? There we go. That's the deal.
Okay, so I have to ask you about the name Bangalorian, though.
Yeah, of
I
course.
know what the Mandalorian is. My dad is like a Star Wars freak, but I have to ask where the name came from.
So in the year prior to us drafting Joe Burrow, not a fun time. I'm obviously a Bengals fan, otherwise I wouldn't be here. I've had season tickets forever, and one day I was watching The Mandalorian, and then I was looking at draft content. Just we're number one pick. We're gonna pick Joe Burrow. And I just made the connection, and I make these helmets that are in the background here as my nerd hobby. And I was like, you know what? I'm going to make a full suit and wear it to the stadium and have some fun.
That's
so I've got a full suit of armor. It's all torn apart right now because I'm trying to fix it. But And I wore it to the game, and this stupid Twitter account I have somehow just took off from there, and I've never looked back. Yeah. And then Drew and I obviously linked up and started this train wreck of a show, and now we're sprinting. So that's where that comes from. That's
so cool. I love it.
This is the original helmet. It's seen better days. It's got cracks and stuff, and I made a white one, a black one. This is FC Cincinnati. And
okay, nice.
They're all, if you could only see what's in front of me, it's just like parts of helmets and sports crap, and it's ridiculous. Office/workshop. That's where I'm doing the show from. So
I love it. Well, my dad saw the tweet and he was like, "Oh my gosh, that's amazing! What a name!" So he was like,
absolutely.
"You need to make sure you tell them that I love Star Wars." And I was
absolutely. Tell them, hell yeah. That's awesome.
And as BJ points out, I'm just Drew. I don't have a costume. I don't have a nickname. I'm just here.
Yeah, but you have a fresh haircut and you're here and you're kicking ass. That's all that matters, right? So
haircut,
Drew,
you can't tell me shit for 3 to 5 business days. I had one more thing from the chat. This is actually a good comment from Mike Cannon. If it can, there we go. As a Commanders fan, being in Baltimore, what do you think makes Bengals fans different? I know you said that Bengals fans are kind of a different breed. What separates them from any other fan bases that you've been around?
That's a good question. I mean, I don't think I've ever, and I'm not just saying this, I don't think I've ever seen a fan base so passionate about their team. It's unlike anything I've ever seen. It's good, it's amazing, and it's bad when people are coming at you for tweeting something. But I get it. I understand.
We know.
Yeah, we get death threats weekly, so we're used to it. But
I haven't gotten that, luckily. But it's crazy. I'll tweet a video of Joe Burrow on the field warm-ups that anyone can find anywhere, and it goes off like you wouldn't imagine. So it is crazy, but also everybody has been so welcoming to me here. I know that everyone is so used to seeing Joe and Jeremy for forever, and they're amazing. But everyone, the fans, everybody here in Cincinnati has been so welcoming to me and Reagan as well. And I think we're so grateful for that, and just the support that everybody has had, because we're rookies too, when it comes down to it. This is our first time covering an NFL team. So, people have given us grace, but have also, really been awesome, and that's amazing.
Reagan is super cool. We got to meet her at Logan Wilson's softball game back last summer. Yeah. She's awesome, and they've done a phenomenal job with Bengals social this year. They were so good.
Different Reagan. I'm talking about the Reagan that I work with.
Oh, I thought you meant the Bengals social lady. I'm sure she's nice too. I'm sure she's cool too.
You got to put out a media highlight reel, and then people just be like, "Oh yeah, they're badass." You know what I mean? Just some good coverage, some moves on the field or something. I don't know.
There you go.
All right. Well, hey, we've stolen enough of your time tonight. We really appreciate it. We wanted to highlight you. We'll probably talk to Jeremy. We want to bring people on the show that are around the team that aren't necessarily, making big plays on Sunday. So people can get to know them and understand that the machine that is the Bengals organization works because the people around it do a great job. So we appreciate your time. We'll let you go.
Thank you guys so much for having me.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, have a good one. Try a garage beer.
Yeah.
All right, we'll do. Bye, guys.
Have a good night. Good stuff, man.
Yeah.
I think some smarts to the program.
I think she'll keep her job too. We were pretty good.
We didn't get her fired.
No, we
so
didn't.
that was good. My wife was genuinely concerned about that. She's slumming it, talking to you guys. Don't ruin her life. I mean, that's fair.
Yes, I love it. I do love it, man. She's awesome. We're gonna probably try to get some other media folks on here. I will lay down my arms in the media war, which I didn't bring up to her out of respect for her and her career. We'll talk to these guys. So I should have just immediately come in hot. Why are you guys the way you are? No, but no, glad that she was able to join the program. I do appreciate that she did this. I'm not Italian, but Sorrentino, you just got to say it like that. But glad Gabi
made that. That's your thing. any name that's not like basic, not like Smith, you're like,
Yeah.
oh, that's all I need. Like
You have
one
to.
day somebody's gonna be like, hey, motherfucker, it's not Italian. Chill out. I want to be there for that.
The moment somebody punches me in the mouth for doing it, I'll stop. But until then, you're getting a little, flair, as I like to call it. It's a
little bit of the
compliment.
gabagool.
Yeah. All right. Again, thanks for Gabi for coming on the program. You want to talk coaches? I know we talked.
Yeah.
Offense.
So
what do we got here?
As we were talking before she came in, didn't know much about Scott Peters when it was announced. Have a guy in Cleveland, Matt Fontana, sent me a message. I don't know if I'm supposed to say his name. I don't know if this was inside information. Matt, if I just fucked up, my bad. But now I gotta continue.
We love you, Matt.
It's not like secret information. So he was just saying that when Peters was with the Browns, the players loved him, and I think that's a good sign. Obviously, learning under Bill Callahan. Brian Callahan's having some issues in Nashville. Bill Callahan. Learning under Bill Callahan's never a bad thing. The guy is very, very good at what he does. Cleveland, never under 12th in rushing in that 3-year span where Peters was the assistant. Now, I'm not saying that you give Peters the credit. Bill Callahan's Bill Callahan. But he has that experience. He brings that to the table. I was pushing for like a Roy Isvan, the assistant offensive line coach for the Eagles. Seen it, great line. And then that great line just got fucking beat to shit the other night against the Rams. Now they still won, so doesn't matter. But so the development, players love him, learn from one of the best. I like it.
Good comment here. Conflicted about the hire. Yeah, O-line product in New England wasn't good, but then again, they were trotting out the other Michael Jordan at some point, so I don't think it's wholly on him. I think I agree with that, and I already gave my spiel that I'm cautiously optimistic on it. The players being cool with the hire, like Orlando Brown commenting, Willie Anderson commenting, it gives me that confidence that he can come in here and be the guy. So we'll see, man. Proof is going to have to happen on Sundays for me. Because we're going to hear reports during training camp that are probably good, right? Oh, they're doing good. Practice is going great. Like he's really in their shit and he's really getting them going and everybody's motivated. But until the first Sunday rolls around and Joe, stands upright and throws for 1,000 yards in a game, then I don't know. Jury's out. But
yeah, and that's you talk about New England. He got Michael Jordan to like a baseline starter grade if you're on the PFF which is something. But they definitely weren't working with a ton of talent in New England either. So give him kind of a pass on that. But this is the first time they're handing him the keys. This is your offensive line. You figure it out. So yeah, all we can do is be cautiously optimistic. And is there a burner?
Did you do that?
Is there a burner attacking me?
You didn't do that then. That's
not
you.
Burner, Drew Garrison, YouTube? Yeah, I did. I was just fucking around. It was
I wanted there to be a burner so bad.
You remember when we thought Jake Browning was watching us and it was definitely a Jake Browning burner?
Yeah, we got excited on camera and everything.
We got
pause. But yeah, that was awesome. So good comment here to transition to our next topic discussion. If you want to go into that, right?
Yeah. So you kind of heard Gabby touch on it. It's a foregone conclusion. Al Golden is going to be the next defensive coordinator of the Bengals.
Give Ian the credit that he needs, that to sleep at night,
Yeah.
Per Ian Rappaport, like we haven't been talking about it for a month.
Well, I've had people who I can't name.
Media war back on. Media war back on.
We're back. But I mean, yeah, we've all known this, right? Like he was the linebackers coach in 2021. The best years we saw out of Logan Wilson and Jermaine Pratt, some would say. He gets a chance to move on, go to Notre Dame. Everybody instantly started telling me he's not coming. He's not leaving Notre Dame. He's making too much money. He's not coming. Some dude was like fucking like so set to just reply to me on Twitter. I can't remember his name. Just 95 times. And then Chris is in the chat. We had like a little a friendlier back and forth about that. But Now, like the clock hit 0 on the national championship game last night. Like the confetti hadn't hit the turf, and here's Ian Rappaport like, per me and fucking Mike Garafolo, he has emerged. Like he just emerged in the last half a second as the favorite, or have they been talking? Did he delete Zach Taylor's phone number? I doubt it. Like let's just be real here.
Maybe
like,
there's a rule. Maybe he's got a
done.
rule that he can't tweet it out until the game's over or something. But like, don't sit there and act like you're the source, you douchebag. Like we've been talking about this for months. James Rapine has been talking about this for months. Like, shut up. Like you're not the source.
Yeah, that was what one of the people replying to me on the internet was saying. He was like, Sports Illustrated has no sources. I was like, dude, I don't think James is just out here throwing out bullshit just for the fun of it. Like
he's in the locker room, you moron. He knows. Like it frustrates me. It's my war is mainly with big media and maybe one particular individual here locally, but big media is kind of where I'm at because like we're not insiders, you know. Big media is out
Nobody's
there.
ever going to mistake you for an insider,
no,
bud.
Absolutely not. They throw out so much crap on a national level that we've all been talking about for months. It's just and they go per me. Shut up.
Well, you remember the 2021 year, I believe it was, when Jamar Chase hurt his hip.
Yeah.
Maybe it was 22. I don't remember exactly when it was. Jamar Chase hurt his hip. Malik Wright, shout out Malik, tweeted it out that like, yo, Chase is going to miss probably 4 games with this injury. And we all were praying that he got hacked. No malice to Malik, but we're like, dude, I hope he's not hurt. Hopefully Malik's hacked. Malik. But no, Malik was right. Malik was the first person to report that Jamar Chase was going to be out for 4 games. And then here come all the big guys. And all they got to do is say per at right report.
Yeah.
But no, they didn't. Oh, no, it's per me. Yeah, that's fucked up. Yeah. But like we've all seen this coming. We've all seen this coming. And I just don't see the point in hiding it. Like, no, I don't think there's anything stopping college coaches from talking to pro teams. And I get it. He wants to say he's locked in on the national championship. You got to say the coach speak, but like this interview tomorrow is not an interview. Like it's done. He's going to be the defensive coordinator.
It's a photo shoot. And I agree with you. I like that he was kind of brushing it off because he's like, I'm here with these guys right now, which tells me he respects his players, respects his organization he's part of, and I like that. I suffered through Brian Kelly when he was there, lied to the players' faces in the locker room, said, I'm not going anywhere. And then right before the bowl game, it comes out that he's leaving. And all the
Were you in college when that happened?
Oh, yeah. We made FUBK shirts and we wore them to the game. We were all very mad about it. He lied to the players' faces and then he leaves, you know, like don't be dishonest about it. But if you've got to like not talk about it out of respect to your guys or because you're that kind of individual and you respect the people you're currently working with, that's a positive to me, right? So yeah, tomorrow, this interview, it's a photo shoot. It's a signature day. You know, we all know. It's just time to get excited here in Cincinnati and have him come in.
And there's all this talk about his performance last night. You know, I was tweeting, hey, let's see how he adjusts at halftime. Let's see, you know, things like that. And then you get the Jeremiah Smith play where it's 3rd and 11. Look kind of like a 0 blitz. You watch the play back. You see the safety kind of cheat up a little bit because he's got to kind of take care of Ibuka. What the fuck was that? Something just fell or something. I don't know.
A raccoon?
God, I hope not. That would suck. But he, you know, so and I said it before the game. I was like, if Al Golden runs man coverage on Jeremiah Smith all night, just cancel the phone call. Just cancel it. But then, like, he didn't really run it all game. He ran a little bit more man than I probably would on him. But like that 3rd and 11 play, like I can't fault Al Golden for that. The corner's back. He's deep. He makes the right break. He turns his hips at the right time. He follows the route. That was just a situation where Jeremiah Smith is a much better football player than whoever that guy on Notre Dame was. Absolutely. Yeah, you probably want to see some safety help, but like when you watch the play back, that safety did the right thing or Emeka Ibuka is going to be wide open. Yeah. So like you just kind of got to pick your poison. And yes, he was outmatched from a talent standpoint. Yes, he got a lot out of an injured defense in Notre Dame. But some people will say, look at all the talent that he had to play, and that's fair. But you could also play devil's advocate and say, well, everybody in the NFL is pretty fucking talented.
Yeah, and here's my thing. I think that game last night is more of a testament to how good Ohio State was this year versus him and his dude. What are you doing? versus him and an inability to coach. That Ohio State team, they're damn good. That Notre Dame defense, pretty good, but Ohio State just outmatched them last night. And I don't think that is going to be a direct correlation to his ability to coach our NFL defense. I don't see that. You know what I mean? He's coming in. He's got the best of the best under his belt. He's going to bring some of his schemes in, but realize who he's got on the team and adjust to them as well. Like, you just got to give the guy the shot, I think, if he's the hire, right? If he's the hire, give a guy a shot before we just write him off. It's not like they hired that fucking mailman the Bengals put on social media all the time. Like, this is a legitimate coach, and he's going to come in and hopefully take the reins and will not blow like we did last year. So
you want OG Stank calling up blitz packages on 3rd and 9? Hey, little Stank, just get in there, hit that little quarterback, Stank.
Hey, little Stank, we got to drop into cover 2, little Stank. No, I don't think so. I don't think so.
Breezy, noted Notre Dame fan. That was a backup sophomore defensive back that got beat by the best college receiver. So, that's understandable. Andrew Bradshaw, sup fellas, got another first timer tuning in. Can y'all shout out T-Bone? Shout out T-Bone. That's a cool name. I love a good T-Bone steak. And Andrew's bringing new viewers to the show. So shout out to you and shout out to T-Bone.
Does Andrew have a mullet, or is that the trees in the background? If that's a mullet,
I don't know.
Andrew, if that's a mullet, that's gorgeous. That's beautiful.
God, dude, I was way cooler when I had my mullet.
Oh my God.
Way cooler.
Shout out T-Bone. Thanks for being a first-time watcher. Absolutely love it. Chat is popping off tonight. Absolutely love you guys. Like, subscribe, all the stuff those nerdy YouTubers say. Do all that, share, and maybe one day we'll make it out of our basement here. So what else do you have on Al Golden, right? Again, I said I'm cautiously optimistic about Peters coming in. I think if Golden ends up being the guy, I'm slightly more cautiously optimistic. And I think that's only because we're all going to have PTSD from last year. That defensive showing was not fun. Whether it was Anarumo, whether it was guys just not being on the same page. Shout out Anarumo getting a job in Indy. Good, go forth and conquer. Good job, buddy. Who knows, right? We're all going to be concerned that we're going to start slow, and this defense is going to handicap probably the most high-powered offense in the NFL. You know what I mean? Going into next season. But I'm optimistic,
Chat, what are we doing? Chat, what are we doing? We're 30 people on the YouTube chat, only 13 likes. We got to get that up. Lots of people from Twitter on there. Shout out.
How do you see likes?
We personally can't. I think that the viewers can. So that was Nick's comment.
Okay.
We're almost, Tiger with a good.
We're almost at
Zach's
1,000 live.
Yeah. Shout out to you guys. Drift King already liked. Shout out to you, Drift King. I saw you had a question. We'll get to that in just a second. Big Tiger says the best part is Zach has got to be on the hot seat entering this year. If they stumble again, he gets the axe. Marcus Freeman is just a degree away. Let's tone it down on Marcus Freeman a little bit. I watched his balls shrivel up into tiny little raisins when he kicked that field goal last night. And the football god said, "You are being soft. You will not make this kick." What are you doing, dude?
I say this every Bengals game. I say this when we can't finish a drive. Field goals are for losers. Why on earth are you making that decision there? And then, you know what?
Come on, guy.
Who knows? And then I look back to this past season at some of the decision making we've had, and I go, you know what? Sometimes coaches make stupid decisions, and we all hate it, but it is what it is.
Yeah.
So,
Drift King had a question up here. We've talked all this members only live stream Q&A thing, and now college football is over. We can actually do it because I planned it for a college football playoff game. So we'll try to get that. Set up. But Drift King says, "Do you think Cam Taylor-Britt gets out of his slump with the new defensive coordinator coming in?" I do.
I think he already is.
He was trending back towards being the player that we remember him to be after the bye last year.
Yeah.
God, it sucks to talk about last year and like football's still happening, but it's not there.
Lame. It's so
fuck.
lame.
But
This will cheer you up.
Second of the season. And the Bengals go up again.
I love that video.
it's so good. We haven't had one today. That's a good opportunity for it.
Cam
Nichols
Taylor Britt.
what took so long.
Cam Taylor Britt was up. Yeah, sorry. Cam Taylor Britt was trending upward. He'll return to form. I'm not worried about Cam Taylor Britt. They'll bring in a young guy too to challenge him and Turner and Dax, and I think it'll be a fun time. I'm not worried about our defensive backs. I would like a safety, but god damn, I'm not ready to talk about the draft, Drew.
Second of the season.
We're not there yet.
No, we're not there yet. No. I'm not there yet. No. We're going to follow the framework of the offseason. That's our
right.
commit.
You're cut off. Pops, ball knower. Golden will do a lot more blitzing, and we need another edge rusher to help Trey Hendrickson. Now,
Yeah,
I think Golden is going to dial up the pressure a little bit more. Linebackers coach at heart. You know what I mean? You want to send 55 there through the A gap, get Pratt going a little bit. If Pratt's still around, we don't know. He might get cut. But I think you're right. And of course, we definitely need another edge rusher. And stop telling me it's Jack fucking Sawyer.
It could be.
No, at 17? Jack Sawyer
Not
at 17?
No, not at 17.
No, people are saying that now. He got
that's
blanked
really
last night. He had 3 tackles.
Yeah, I'm not on Jack Sawyer at 17. That would be absolutely.
He's slow.
So am I.
Yeah, and you're not a fucking edge rusher.
Yeah, I know. I'm not in on him at 17.
How many people could go to Indy with Lou? Lou is the defensive coordinator of the Indianapolis Colts now. If any of these guys get cut, is he going to poach some, send them out on I-70 West to Lucas Oil?
I haven't even thought about that. I have no idea.
Yeah. You know, because you're looking at Sam Hubbard has to either be cut or take a pay cut and take a much dialed back role from what he's played his time in Cincinnati, or he's probably going to be gone. Are they going to get rid of, a Jermaine Pratt? Does he go to Indy? I don't know, but there is that connection. Lou's taking a little bit of the gabagool out to Indianapolis, the Paisan going out there. Wish Lou the best. I don't have any beef with Colts fans. I think, if the Bengals disappeared and didn't exist anymore after I got done crying, I'd probably just root for the Colts.
Yeah.
So I don't think that that's too far-fetched, if some of these guys get cut and go out there. I don't know if my dad reads the comments on YouTube. He watches it on his TV, but I hope the live chat's up there and I hope he can see it because that shit's hilarious. If not, I'll show him how to turn the live chat on. He can
people watching I guess they're responding to each other. Yeah, so that makes sense. Wow, Jesus.
Yeah, people watching can see each other's comments. That's how the internet works, Ron. Jesus.
Yeah. I can defend our country, but I don't know how to work a computer. So, I don't know. There's going to be a lot of moves in the coming weeks. Obviously, big names, new assistants coming in. What are you hoping happens over the next couple weeks here?
I know what my dad's hoping. He's on a roll tonight. He wants Abdul Carter from Penn State. And Dad, I love you, but I got to tell you, it's not happening.
I wouldn't mind that.
He might go second overall to Cleveland, and they might pair Abdul Carter with Myles Garrett, and it might be fucking scary hours.
That would be insane.
The Bengals would have to trade up far too high to get Abdul Carter to get him. So I hate to bring you down on that, but I mean, you just won the championship last night, so you'd be all right.
Yeah.
Notre Dame defense on the season, most turnovers and top in sacks. Al can bring that to Cincy. We love turnovers and sacks.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
I love a big fat sack, right? In a big moment.
Pause. But yes.
Talking football, dude.
I'm glad our guest is gone. Oh my God. But hold on. Back to my question. What are you hoping occurs in the next few weeks? Like obviously.
I want to get the defensive coordinator thing done. It's Al Golden. Tell us tomorrow. Let's get it going because he's got to get a defensive line coach. some defensive quality control guys or analysts were let go, like the Duffners of the world are gone. So we've still got a defensive staff to build out. I think Burks, the defensive backs coach, is still on staff. I think Jordan Kovacs, Michigan man, safeties coach, is still on staff. So I think Al will probably have a lot to do with whether or not those guys get retained. But regardless, like, you need a defensive line coach. That's your top assistant. That's probably the most important assistant under the defensive coordinator, I could argue. Easily. So I'm really excited to see it, like, just announce it, get it done. He's the guy. Let him build his staff, and we can find out, the history of the guy that comes in to take over the defensive line role, to get more out of a Joseph Osai, to get more out of a Chris Jenkins, a McKinley Jackson, a Miles Murphy. And that's another positive for me for Golden is young guys. He's going to have to work and win with young guys. It's one of the reasons I like Patrick Graham as a prospective defensive coordinator. And I think Al will be able to bring some of that with him from the college ranks too, is relating, working with young guys and getting the most out of young talent. Cause that's what we have on the defensive side of the ball.
Yeah. Jesus. I mean, you could not have said that any better. That was a gorgeous monologue. One for the ages, lots of pieces to put together. Big contract year. Obviously, T. Higgins got to figure that out. I mean, this is going to be a hell of an offseason, dude. It's either going to make us want to jump off of the top of Paycor Stadium or the happiest guys on the internet. Like, there's no middle ground. There's no middle. It's
going to be stressful.
Yeah, there's no middle ground. Like, I don't know. I'm nervous. I'm excited. It's going to be such a crazy offseason, man.
There's talk of the T. Higgins tweet today. He did tweet out, "Thank you, God," or something of the sort. We did what we did. I'm just going to point out that tweet came out just moments after Cam Grandy, tight end, received a 1-year contract extension from the Bengals. So maybe T was just really happy for Cam Grandy.
Yeah, and I joked earlier it was either Grandy or T. So sorry, guys. Looks like we had
to make a decision.
Yeah, had to make
the old 85 is gone. The new 85 stays.
There we go. Yeah, we've hit the 55 mark here. You want to go through some comments in the chat before we get the hell out of Dodge?
Yeah, we can do that. My wife said she wants story time. Buca, or the reason I'm a Michigan fan. Everybody knows the reason I'm a Michigan fan. I went after an Italian restaurant today on the internet.
Oh, I did not see this. Story time.
There was a clip from McAfee talking about Lou Anarumo going to the Colts, and it turned into them talking about Italian restaurants, and they mentioned Buca di Beppo. You ever been?
Yeah, I have. Yeah.
Okay. So it kind of sparked an old beef in me from about 2019. I'm gonna give you the quick version. All right. Okay. I was a flag football coach, won a lot of championships, not a big deal. Had a tournament up in Columbus. So had to go to Columbus, spend the night there, get ready, go play at that terrible stadium that looks like a horseshoe. Yep. And so I'm going to tell the story the real way it happens. Victoria and I were, there she goes. We were living together. We were not married at the time.
Sinners.
I think we got in a fight over laundry or something of the sort.
Okay.
So I just fucking went without her. She's never liked to Columbus.
Oh, okay.
So
I'm gonna shut up.
So there's the situation where I think it was a laundry argument, and sometimes we just fucking go 0 to 100. So I'm like, fuck it, I'm going to Columbus without you. Stay here. So we get up there. I go to dinner at Buca di Beppo. It's been talked up. Never been. Everybody tell me how good it is. So I go there with my buddy, his wife, their kids. My other buddy, his wife, their kids. She's saying I was in the wrong, allegedly, but I'd like to point out that the statute of limitations has passed on that. But so we get up there. I'm actually working at the time. I worked a job where sometimes I was on call on the weekends. Like, I'd have to answer the phone for truck drivers. I worked for a logistics company, funny enough. Fuck all of them. But so, like, bill comes, I got my spaghetti or whatever. It's just me. The bill comes. I'm like on the phone for work, doing shit on a computer. I just like fucking whip the wallet out, hand the waitress a card. Come to find out, I gave her one of Victoria's cards that I had on me, not my card, in the shuffle of working. And then they charge her card for my food, plus my buddy's bill got put on that card too. And that's him, his wife, his teenage son, and his daughter.
Oh, wow.
So they charged the card up, and she's mad at me. We got in a fight. She's at the nail salon getting a little bit of fucking R&R, taking the edge off after, me allegedly being wrong, and tries to, I guess she had like 2 of these cards or something. And she went to run it right as I'm running it in Columbus for way more money than it should. Card gets shut down and declined at the nail salon.
Oh, no.
So she has to whip out another card. So here's how it goes. So I call Buca de Beppo up. I'm like, yo, you guys charged this card twice. Like you charged me too much money. And they were like, well, did we charge somebody else? I had her own card on her account because I had shitty credit when she met. I was a fixer-upper. And so I call them and they're like, okay, well, we'll make it right. But like your friend who was with you needs to come back in and pay for his food. I'm like, no. You fucked up.
Go find him.
I'm a half hour away at the hotel about to win a championship tomorrow.
Yeah.
We're not coming back. So never been back. That's been the beef since 2019.
Did they ever rectify it?
I think that they refunded the card, but we never went in and paid for the rest.
Yeah, screw that. That's ridiculous. Yeah. Okay. Well, good.
Yeah,
At least they fixed that. Yeah. I think I've been to Buca de Beppo a couple times. I feel like it's every other Italian restaurant I've ever been to. I don't know.
Take me to Spaghetti Warehouse in Dayton.
Is it? Yep. 100%. That's where I do it.
You're gonna get harassed by like homeless people on your way in and out.
Okay.
But the food's good.
Just give them leftovers and you're good to go. They can fight over that and you can escape.
I'm not going to turn this into a story time real quick.
Okay.
Me and Victoria went to Spaghetti Warehouse one time. All right. And we walk out. Dude hits me up for money. I give him the truth. I'm like, I don't have any cash on me, dude.
Yeah.
Like, I'm sorry. And he's like, no, dude, there's an ATM like a few blocks that way.
Okay. So you can hit me over the head and type in whatever number you want? Fuck
no,
that.
this dude's big and jacked. This guy's big.
Man.
I'm like, yeah, dude, sorry. Like, I'm parked over here. I'm going the opposite way. We walk around the corner. I kind of look back. This motherfucker's following us. I told her, I was like, this might suck. You take the keys. If this goes down, run to the car and get away.
Yeah.
This dude, like, this guy, I'm like, fuck, dude. I'm going to have to try here, but like, this might suck a lot. And thankfully, he finally stopped.
That's good. That's good. That's why you always keep that thing on you, So, I love this story time. I think we're at an hour, so we're probably going to get the hell out of here. Do you have anything else except for smashing that beautiful, beautiful garage beer can on your head?
Let's do members only Q&A Thursday.
Okay.
If you're available. We'll have to check. But anybody that's a member will have access to the stream. We'll let you know when it is. Ask us anything you want. Football, baseball, personal life. Not too personal.
Yeah.
Not too personal.
Yeah, I'm not going to lose
we'll do that.
Clearance here.
We're gonna. I was talking about losing access to like sleeping in my own bed. But
that too.
That too.
Yeah, that too.
But things are slowing down now. Football's over. College football's over. We're gonna have a chance to kind of get in, let you guys get to know us on maybe a little bit of a deeper level. And one more for the road. There's an Italian restaurant and catering called Demnica's, I think is how you pronounce it. Dad says it's the best Italian in Dayton. Used to be Palermo's, was very good. Have not been to the new one. But Dad, I got to talk to you about the text from Dad's though. No free ads, dude. We can't be giving out free shout outs out here. I'm just kidding. Love you. But it is a pretty highly regarded spot in my family. So C-list influencer, cha-ching. Yeah, you know it, baby. You know it.
Unbelievable.
My wife did the same for me 11 years ago. How times have changed. Yeah, dude. My shitty credit when she met me. I was fucking off. I was buying Bengals tickets instead of paying my bills. I didn't care. I was, a single bachelor at times making probably more money than I needed to. I was a fucking idiot. I used to live at the casino. I was gambling all the time. Yeah. She found the worst house on a good block and made it nice instead of getting the nice house on the worst block.
There
that's
you
what
go.
she did.
Yeah. That's true fandom though. You're looking in your hand, you got two things. You could either have heat in the winter or go to a Bengals game. And you went to the Bengals game.
No, I was smart. I lived with my brother.
Okay.
I just paid him like $300 a month to live here. I didn't have to worry about utilities.
Jesus Christ. All right, let's get the hell out of here before we get you canceled. I got nothing left but a who day. Thank you for being here, guys. We're over 1,000. Unbelievable. Every night I look at this ticker and I see across all platforms and more than 1,000 people watch us. Like, subscribe, who day.
Yeah, no, Drift King, one more for the road. Best game next year to go to? We don't know. We'll find out in April when the schedule comes out. Timing of the matchup means a whole lot. I'm going to crush this beer.
All of them. Go to all of them.
That's my plan. I love you guys. We'll see you at sometime Thursday. Stay tuned for the Discord. If you don't have the Discord link, send one of us a message on Twitter. We'll get it to you. We love you.
Your boys are ready to go. You already know. Grab a garage beer. Let's flow. No filter needed. Beers getting deleted. It's the Cincy Unfiltered show. Let's go. Our boys are ready to go. Our boys are ready to go. You already know. Grab a garage beer. Let's flow. No filter needed. Beers getting deleted. It's the Cincy Unfiltered show. Let's go.